What's up, fellow collectors? P Rockzilla again, and boy, do I got a special one today. When I first heard of Hot Toys, it was through the Aliens and Predators line. At that time, I wasn't collecting 6 scale figures, and when I first saw them, I saw the attention and detail these figures had. But unfortunately, at that time, they were actually like above $200, and I wasn't spending that much on figures at that time in my collection. But now that I'm into the Hot Toys, I regret my decision on not picking these guys up when I had the chance to. So now I gotta try to hunt them down, and unfortunately, they're a lot more pricier now than they were originally. But I was able to find this guy at New York Comic Con this year, and man, I couldn't give up. I couldn't walk home without him. I just couldn't. I'm stumbling my words because I'm so excited for this guy. I've always wanted the Predator figures. I'm super happy to finally have one in my collection. I'm so happy. I'm gonna give you guys the Ric Flair treatment. Woo! That sucked. But anyways, you know what I'm trying to do. So yeah, man. This figure, the Elder Predator, was one of the coolest looking Predators I've seen in the movies. When I first saw him, I was like, oh snap! Like this guy looks like he's been through a lot. Like you could tell from all the accessories he has on him and the color of his hair. You could tell he's older and a leader. I was kind of mad that he let the human survive. He gave the guy the gun at the end, but at least he didn't die. So that's the part I was happy about, because all these predators tend to die at the end by the hands of humans, which sucks. But anyways, this figure is gonna be awesome. I'm hoping, and I can't wait to open this boy up. So yo, let's do it, fellas. Dale. Alright, so let's take a closer look at the box. And one quick correction. This is actually the Elder Predator from AVP. I got him mixed up with the Elder Predator from the Lost Tribe Predators from Predator 2, the ones at the end of the movie. So I thought this was him at first. Got him mixed up real quick, so just quick correction. No editing, raw video. So yeah, let's take a look at the box. So just like the 301, I like the fact the 30 Carl figure I had. I like the fact that they have the lettering kind of like that's weird. Well, not weird, but like clear foil lettering that you actually read where it says Aliens versus Predator. It's a big box, so I gotta try to make sure I don't drop it or knock it over because it's big and heavy. All right, so let's take a look at the sides. You got the Elder Predator right there. Oh, Alien versus Predator right there logo. That's a nice logo. I like that. Now, I know the box is in the best condition, but hey, this is the only chance I had to get this figure, so I had to jump on it. It's still brand new and packaged. The outer box is a little damaged, and I do admit when I was checking them out at Comic-Con, I did accidentally drop them. The guy kind of bugged out a little bit, but in the end, I ended up buying it, so he felt better, and he didn't remember me the next day when I came back to buy it. He just mentioned it in the store when we were talking, saying that two other guys were looking at the figure, and one guy actually dropped it. That was me, but of course I didn't tell him that was me because he didn't remember me, so that's good. But yeah, I feel better. I feel vindicted that I dropped the figure, but I bought it and I brought it home. So now let's get this bad boy out the box. All right, so once we get him out the box, get the shell out the way first. We have all of these accessories. This was on top of the other shells. So I just took that off and laid that there. So let's just get this box out the way so we can take a closer look at the figure. That's that big heavy boy. All right, so of course we gotta look at the figure first. So let's get the Elder out of this little coffin here. Oh my God, it's pretty heavy. This is definitely an older Hot Toy because oh, look at that leg joint. It's a little loose. That's not good. It's gonna be a broken figure. Looks like I may have an issue with that leg. All right, so let's take a look at the figure real quick. You can see the little details real quick. And I'm not sure if these are die cast. They do feel like metal. They're shiny. Let me take a quick scope. Look at the face sculpt. Look at the eyes. Look at the detail in the hair. The hair is like a very soft rubber. Look at the shoulders. Now I can tell, I mean, this figure was sealed, but this leg is real loose, so it may have a broken leg there. I'm hoping it's not broken, so we'll have to see. I'll take a closer look when I get a closer look at the figure. And like I said, this is the reason I like to do the live unboxings. Well, not live, but, you know, real unboxings. To see if I experience any issues with the figure firsthand. Let's take a look at his back real quick. Yeah, that thing is definitely either loose or broken off. I gotta take a close look at that. All right, so here's the back. Here's the feet. As you can see, like I said, it's like a soft gel or rubber type material for the dreads. All right, let's see what he comes with. All right, so he comes with the typical, well, not typical, but the older Hot Toy stand. There's the Elder Predator there. And then we have the helmet. Look at the detail on that. That looks nice. The little insignia there. The beads hanging off the helmet. The little skulls. Back, this is how it looks on the inside of the helmet. So from what I heard from other people before is like the helmet doesn't stay on him very good. But that's fine because I wasn't planning to post him with the helmet on. All right, so we got the helmet. And then we have the chain of the little rope with all the skulls on there. This goes around his shoulder, across his chest. Let's just look at the skulls real quick so you can see the skulls. Tiny skulls. That looks nice. And then we get the tray here. Underneath the tray, you have the different lengths of the blades. So you have the fully extended blade. And currently, he's equipped with the retracted blades. And then you get the halfway extended blade. He goes from this to happier. All right, let's take a quick look at the tray. See what's inside the tray. All right, so we have the different hand scopes, the different hands right here. So we have two open hands. And then we have closed hands, but these are more for holding the weapons. This is for holding the staff. This could be for holding his helmet, even the staff too. You can see the paint, the little glossy paint on there kind of makes the skin look slimy and shiny. And then we get his sword and sheath. Oh, let me drop that. I dropped that real quick. So here goes the sheath for the sword. To me, it's a sword, but it's more like a knife. But as big as this guy is, to a regular human, this would probably be a sword. So that looks nice. Die cast. You can see the shine on the metal. And this is supposed to go in there. And it fits fine. No problems there. And then we have, let's get this foam out of here. A beautiful staff. Be careful with that. Now be careful because when you have it in the box, I accidentally almost pulled it from the skull there, so I would have ripped the string, the rope or string off. So just be careful with that. All right, so here's the staff. Has little bones and beads all over it. That looks nice. This is not die cast. This is just plastic. All right, and then let's just move the stuff out the way real quick. And then underneath, actually, underneath he has the cape. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get everything out, have in the middle, get this box out the way so we can take a closer look at everything else. All right, so when we remove him and all the accessories out from the package, this is exactly what you will receive inside. You have the 4 swappable hands, along with the 2 fisted hands he has on him right now. You have the 2 blades, 2 fully extended, the 2 medium extended blades, and then you have the 2 fully retracted blades inside of his gauntlet right now that he's currently equipped with. You have the spear, just the knife, the beads that go around his chest, the stand, the mask. This is one thing about the Predator line I always love. Just in general, the concept design for the figure or for the actual movie characters. I love the way they made the mask. Like the little insignias and stuff in there too. Anyways. And then below everything else, you have this nice cape. So more likely, I know for a fact I have to take the head off in order to put the cape on. But it's a good quality material for the cape. Nice soft. Has good weight to it, so it won't just hang down all hard. Like, it won't float around on him. It'll actually drape down pretty good on him. Then we have the figure. So yes, so unfortunately, it looks like my leg joint is popped out. The only issue with that is we have the fishnet leggings here, which is going to be hard for me to get the joint back in. So I got to figure out a way to do that without messing up the fishnet. You can see the leg is out. So because of that, I'm a little hesitant on doing any kind of articulation, but I still will do some. So let's see. Let's get the head to move. So the head, be careful when you move the head because he has these little spikes, kind of like hair, like stubs almost. So if you can move the head, please don't grab this because you can actually break that. So we'll just try grabbing maybe under the jaw. So the head does move up about that much. He does look down. I'll have to fix this once I put the cape back on. He does look sideways. All right, like I said, I'm nervous moving around. This is an old figure and the leg was broken on me already. So we'll see if anything else breaks. So the arms can move up, but you gotta be careful with the fishnet under there. You don't want to put too much slack. So this is as far as you can go. Not much articulation. They go down, forward, but at the same time, please be careful with the fishnet underneath. Backwards. And I want to try to move the elbow, but I'm a little nervous, but let's try this. All right, so then the gauntlet, this does open up. You have the little timer sets when they self-destruct, when they get defeated or they're about to die. They self-destruct. They rather go out in a bang than get taken alive. And this does rotate, but at the same time too, you got to be very careful with the fishnet under there. The hands rotate the wrist. Let's move to the other side. Same thing with the arms. About that high up. You could probably go further, but like I said, it's a fragile figure right now. And I don't want anything coming loose or breaking off. You can move up the arms. You hear that? Whew, it got me nervous. The little sounds and Rickerton sounds. It goes back. Let's try to bend this elbow. I'm just gonna put him down real quick because that loose leg got me nervous. All right, so the elbows do bend. And once again, when you bend the elbow, please be careful not to pinch the fishnet right there in the joint. So the elbows do bend. I'm just gonna put them down again one more time because these sounds have me nervous. All right. So I'm scared to move this leg. All right, so that's like a little ratchet joint in there. So that one's fine. You can go about that high. And these, I don't know if they're supposed to be attached to the piece here. I don't think so, but mines are not. So those joints are a little loose there too. So these can actually slide up and down. You can readjust these however you want. I gotta make sure I put some conditioner on these pleather joints or pleather straps. And then you have the pleather here. Let me just check something real quick. Let's make one quick adjustment to get more light there. There we go. All right. And the feet do articulate at the ankle. Not much pivot there. Barely any at all. But they do go up and down. No toe bend. And then the knees. Oh, here we go. I'm nervous. That one's a little tight. All right, so the knees do move. But once again, just like this whole body, you don't want to put any tension on that fishnet underneath him. So it does bend. Ooh, get scared. All right. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to fix this leg because it's just popped right out. So once I'm done checking everything else, I'll go ahead and make an attempt to fix that before I pose him. And then, so yeah, so you can get an idea of his face. Let's see. You can see his eyes. You can see his detail in the dreads. You can see his butt plate. And then the dreads you can move to the side to see the rest of his armor. All right. So now one thing I'm gonna try to do real quick is just swap out these blades. So if you just, yeah, those things are sharp. Be careful, those things are sharp in there. Let's see if I can get this out without either damaging the figure or cutting myself. All right. We'll try that later on when I get them posed. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna basically take the head scope off so I can get the cape on there. And then see if I can get them posed real quick. Probably see if I can, I'm gonna see if I get one of these blades out to swap out with one of these. I'll take a close look. I'm really bothered about this leg, man. But it is what it is. Gotta make the adjustments myself here. Maybe I should have opened him at Comic-Con when I had him in hand in front of the seller. But I did get him for a good price. And like I said, he was sealed, so it's not like the leg broke and then someone put him back in the package and resealed it. Yeah, nice figure. I like that face sculpt. Look at that. You see the little scar thing up here. Like that, these little things look like facial hair. So you have like the little hair on the chin. Let's just see something real quick. I just want to see if this mask does go on him at all. Let's try this out. So yeah, it looks like people were right, where the mask can barely go on him. That's a shame. But like I said, I wasn't planning to pose it with the mask on anyways. So it does go on, but just not flush. More likely I'll have him in my display holding the mask so I can show the nice detail in his face. Alright guys, so let's get some of the accessories on him and I'll do a quick size comparison so we can wrap this video up. And I'm going to try to get this leg fixed real quick. before we get to that portion. So here we go. So I do want to go over one thing real quick. So one thing I went over the instructions real quick in the manual, and it does say the helmet is not intended to be worn. So that's the reason why it doesn't fit on him. And one thing I did see too also is the actual staff does extend. So you pull these portions right here, which is a cool feature. I didn't know. I was kind of hoping it came with extended one and a retracted one. So if you do that, you actually get the fully extended staff, which is a pretty cool feature. The knife clips onto his leg right here. You just gotta squeeze that in there. Just be careful, because if you don't want to bend that too much, because you actually break the peg, and you don't want to break that peg in there. So when you get it in there, just try to slowly squeeze it in there. I'll mess around on some more when I get the final pose. I just want to show you guys how that goes on. And another thing I noticed is you're supposed to take the head off, but unfortunately when I took my head off, the neck joint came off with it too, which is not supposed to happen according to the instructions. So, but I should still be able to make it work. Where you gotta take the head off in order to put the little strap around him. It has all the skulls. Then once you do that portion right there, you put this back on the head, on the neck, I'm sorry. Then you put the cape on, then you put the head back on. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that a try, and then we'll get this guy back up, posed up. All right, so here we got him posed up. I was able to add most of the accessories onto him. Now, this guy was a big pain in the ass. So swapping out his hands was very rough. I had to basically pull them out with a lot of force. And in the process, I had one of the blades stab me in the finger right there. So be careful with these metal blades, because they are very, very sharp. So not only was it tough to basically swap out the hands, the head wasn't that bad to put the cape on. Like I said before, when I showed it originally the first time I showed the head coming off, was basically the whole neck joint came off with the head, which wasn't supposed to happen. It was kind of a pain to put it back on, but I got it back on. Now, the other thing that's a pain on this guy is basically swapping out the hands, because of the gauntlets. When you swap out the hands, the gauntlets like to fall out. And it's kind of a pain with the fishnet on his skin. It's hard to basically put the hands back on with the fishnet sliding all over the place. So that was the tough part too. The leg that was loose on mine, I didn't fully get it back in, but I was able to get it in enough to hold a stand. So I still have to work on that. The cape was good, not bad to put on, so that was easy, whatever. But this guy was really, really, really frustrating. But in the end, he looks good, so I'm happy with the way he came out. So let's do a quick size comparison so we can wrap this up. So let's have a Boba Fett, Hot Toys Boba Fett. Let's put that guy right here, so we can get a good idea about the height difference between the figures. And then let's get one more figure in there, and let's get the 3-0 One Punch Man Saitama. So we can get him right there. So now you can get an idea of how tall this figure is. He's bigger than most of your Hot Toys, so he's gonna be, he's a predator. They're all bigger than regular humans. So to me, that's a good size. It's a good size comparison right there. This figure came out beautiful, man. Like, I love the figure. I just do not like the process of removing all the accessories and removing the hands and just putting the weapons in the hands. I had to heat up the hands in water to kind of get the spare on there. And not only that, when I got the spare on there, it was still so tough to get on there that I accidentally broke a piece of spare off, but I was able to fix that with some glue. So that's all set. But just anything you want to take off this figure is going to be a hassle and very time consuming. So would I recommend this figure? It's a tough one. As a Predator fan, I would say, hell yeah, this is a beautiful interpretation of the character, and it looks awesome. The amount of detail into the armor, into the actual character, the hair and the face is beautiful. I have never seen a Hot Toy with this much detail. But be wary. I would suggest, if you're a fan, then definitely yes, get this figure. If you're not a fan of the Predator figures, or just Predators in general, and you kind of want this figure, then I would say maybe hold off, or if you have patience, then go ahead and purchase it. But if you're a type of collector who does not have patience for any kind of issues with the figure or removing any kind of parts of the figure, then I would not recommend it, because not only is it frustrating, it's easy to hurt yourself and it's easy to break the figure. So it's basically take it upon yourself if you want it or not. Like I'm a big Predator fan. Yes, this figure was the most frustrating Hot Toy figure I ever dealt with, but I love the way he looks. I love the amount of detail he has in him. I love the accessories and just his presence in general. It's perfect as a Predator figure, but just be wary and have patience, and then you will enjoy the figure. If you do not have patience, then I do not recommend this figure. Whoops, I'm sorry. I do not recommend this figure to you. So, all in all, man, like I said, it's a good figure. I love the die-cast parts. I love the metal. The cape looks nice, feels nice. The figure feels nice. Just, since it's an old figure, you got to be very careful with it. Yeah, so I would say just, it's your choice. If you have patience for it, then go ahead and get it. But if not, then I would say pass on it, and hopefully Hot Toys will come out with newer versions. They'll reissue this to come back to this line, because a remake of this figure would be awesome with better joints, better ways to put the accessories on, and basically just the net too. The net could be a little bit better. The net's on there, like the fish net underneath him is on there. You just gotta be careful when you articulate him and move him around. You don't want to put too much tension on that net because it can break easily. But yeah, people, so there you go. So this is my opinion on the figure. Beautiful figure. You just have to have patience. So it's on you now. So I enjoyed it. I hope you liked this review. If you did, please hit that subscribe, the like, hit the bell notification, so that way you can get the notifications for any upcoming reviews. And like I said, it's all in your hands. I'm trying to be as honest and as possible with you for this review. To me, like I said, I love the figure. So it's not a regret buy for me. I'm happy I bought it. I just kind of wish I knew what I was getting into beforehand. Now that I know that, it's an awesome figure, people. Be good. Stay safe. B-Rock. Once again, you have forgotten me. What was that? How dare you? Oh, I'm sorry, Godzilla. Yeah, man, I've been forgetting about him in the size comparison, so looks like I have no choice but to add him in there. So here he goes real quick with the Godzilla statue. Nice size comparison there too. See, buddy? I'm sorry I forgot about you, but there you go. All right, people. Be safe.